We're right at the beginning in a new phase in the miniaturization of technology, which means that it's finally possible to make a powerful computer small enough to wear comfortably on your body all day long. And there's a huge opportunity to bring rich user experiences to these devices. And that's why we're building Android Wear as our platform for wearables based on Android. Android Wear makes it easy for developers to reach users on this new form factor using precisely the same tools we're already familiar with on Android phones and tablets. People will be wearing these small, powerful devices, so style is important. And that's why Android Wear supports both square and circular screens. And we think that there will be a wide variety of fashionable designs. Sensors will help them understand your context so they can provide useful information when you need it and help you reach your fitness goals. And as the device that you always have with you, your watch will also provide intelligent answers to spoken questions, and as Dave showed us earlier, act as your key in a multi-screen world. Across the world, people check their Android phones an average of 125 times every day. And that's why we've designed Android Wear to quickly show you relevant information and make sure you never miss an important message, while letting you stay engaged with the people that you're actually with. We do this by working to understand the context of what you care about, while enabling very brief interactions with the device. Here's a live demo on the LG G Watch. You can see that it has an always-on display that at any given time shows you the most important thing we know for you. So Jeff, it looks like your flight to Brazil for the World Cup is on time. I guess you do deserve a break after this big demo. And if Jeff wanted to see more, he can simply raise his watch or tap the screen to switch into vibrant full color that you're already seeing here. Throughout the day, if Jeff receives a notification which buzzes his phone, his watch will vibrate on his wrist and show him what's up at a glance, so he won't miss an important message like this one. Swiping up and down navigates you through this stream of cards, which includes information from Google Now, apps running on Jeff's phone, and apps running directly on the wearable itself. And when there's a page indicator, Jeff can swipe horizontally to see more details. You can see that we've applied material design here. The cards float above beautiful textured backgrounds. And just like in your phone's notification shade, you can swipe a card away to remove it from your stream. Let's take a look at Jeff's phone. And that notification has disappeared. Back at the watch face, pressing and holding lets you choose a different one. You can see that there's a broad selection of analog and digital designs in a variety of styles to suit your tastes. OK, now that we're acquainted with the overall UI model, let's see how Android Wear can work for you. Imagine that Jeff has just got up in the morning. He swipes up and sees the weather forecast for the day. His commute's not looking too bad. And, oh, look, Jeff, I guess you need that package for your trip to Brazil. You better not forget to pick it up.
OK, Google. Remind me to check my mailbox when I get home.
Now, if we can see Jeff's phone at the same time, you'll see that this is immediately synced across. And in this case, his watch was smart enough to know where home is. A little later on, as Jeff is arriving at the office, his watch vibrates again with a chat message from one of the team. He can see who it's from and what he's saying, all without having to fumble around and get out his phone. Your watch and your phone stay in sync. When you swipe away a notification on the watch, it disappears from the phone, as Jeff is showing now. It's super convenient. In the evening, Jeff is having dinner with a friend at a restaurant. If he's unfamiliar with one of the ingredients on the menu, he can just say,
What is Limburger?
So it looks like Limburger is a type of cheese. Jeff is lactose intolerant, so he'd better order something different, or this dinner could go wrong. And when Jeff receives a phone call, his watch will vibrate, and he can see who's calling at a glance. It's another one of Jeff's coworkers. Now, Jeff could get out his phone to answer, but since he's busy, he can either swipe to reject the call from his wrist or swipe up to choose from one of these quick SMS replies. His phone sends the SMS, and he's done. Sometimes you're enjoying dinner so much that you want to avoid any more interruptions. And for that, you can set Do Not Disturb with a single downward swipe from the top of the screen. And now Jeff's watch won't buzz again until he wants it to. Later that night, Jeff arrives home. Oh, that's right, your package is here. Now that he's at home, the reminder that Jeff created this morning has triggered. You can also use Android wearables to control other devices around you. Let's loosen up with a bit of music.
Play some music.
Now you'll see that Jeff has music controls on his watch. He can see what song is playing, he can pause the music or skip to the next track. And while it's playing, the album art is beautifully displayed right there on his wrist. Finally, at the end of the day, it's time for bed.
Set an alarm for 7 a.m.
With glanceable notifications and quick voice actions, Android Wear gives you what you need right when you need it. Let's take a closer look at some of the contextual information that Android Wear provides when you're traveling. So Jeff's about to leave on that big trip to the World Cup. It's the morning of his flight, so his phone is already displaying relevant information for his trip. He can see his flight status and even show his boarding pass. His hotel address will be there when he needs it, and he knows whether or not he'll need to pack an umbrella. It does look like it's going to rain in Brazil on Friday. And once he's in Brazil, Android Wear continues to give him useful, timely information at a glance, whether it's his restaurant reservation, the time back at home so he knows when to call his family, or the local bus schedule. And while he's walking around the city, Jeff can see how many steps he's taken today, along with a step count history for the week. On devices that support it, he can even check his heart rate after a jog. So we've shown you what Android Wear can do out of the box. We're even more excited to see what developers build on top of this platform. The Android Wear SDK enables you to build glanceable, contextual apps for this new category of device. Let's talk through the capabilities it gives to developers, and then we'll show some examples. Right off the bat, Android Wear automatically bridges notifications from your Android phone or tablet directly to your watch. Now, Android's notification APIs already allow you to build beautiful user interfaces with big pictures, actions, and more. And there are hundreds of thousands of apps delivering billions of these notifications every day, and now they're available on your wrist. Back in March, we released a developer preview, enabling apps running on the phone to add things like voice replies, have several pages, and group notifications in bundles. With these additions, you can begin to provide a tailored experience for wearables. And we've used these features to add Wear support to Google apps like Hangouts and Gmail, and there's been a huge response from developers. The very best wearable apps respond to the user's context, put glanceable cards in the stream, and allow the user to take direct action in just a few seconds. Here's one of my favorite examples. With Pinterest, you can follow other people's pins. Pinterest app will let you know when you're near a place that's been pinned by someone you follow. So Jeff's friend Susie loves Korean barbecue, and she's somewhat of an authority on the best restaurants in San Francisco. So when Jeff is in the city, Pinterest can notify him that he's near one of Susie's pinned restaurants. The notification will appear on his wrist just like this, and it uses pages, allowing him to quickly glance at the details, then swipe to see a map. And if he likes it, he can start navigation right from his wrist. This is using Google Maps for mobile, which gives you turn-by-turn directions on your watch. It's particularly useful when you're walking, and it works with all Android Wear devices. In addition to what's possible with notifications bridged from the phone, today we're making a full Android Wear SDK available, which enables you to write code It's pretty great. It enables you to write code that runs directly on the wearable itself. And almost all the APIs that you're already familiar with on Android are available here. That means that you can present fully customized UI, read sensors directly, and much, much more. We're also introducing a new set of APIs in Google Play Services that makes it easy for your app to send data between a phone or tablet and a wearable. And we've road tested these APIs with some developers over the past few weeks. Let's take a look at examples of what they built. Eat24 is an app that makes food ordering both fun and easy. Now watch this. Hopefully I'm going to order a pizza in 20 seconds. When it comes to takeout, I'm a creature of habit. And Eat24 has recognized this and takes advantage of that contextual stream. Around the same time I made an order last week, it posts a notification suggesting I order again. I can tap on the notification and launch into their full screen UI. And here I'm presented with a beautiful interface that lets me confirm the kind of food I'd like today. Let's stick with pizza. And then I can quickly swipe to see and repeat my last order. Just one more tap to pay, and the pizza's on its way. I think that clocked in under 20 seconds. Now, you might be wondering how this app got to my watch. Well, all I had to do was install the Eat24 app from the Play Store on my phone. When a watch is connected, the wearable portion of the app is automatically installed and kept up to date on that watch. I mentioned the new wearable APIs for easy communication between phone and watch. All the Cooks is a social recipes app, which has made really great use of these APIs. I don't know about you, but I find it really hard to follow recipes, especially when it gets to those tricky bits where everything's happening at the same time. So wouldn't it be more convenient if I could just look down at my watch and see what to do next? With the All the Cooks app, I can choose a recipe. Let's go into my favorites and choose this beef brisket chili. The recipe will immediately appear on my watch, so it's always right there with me. Let's get started. I've got all the ingredients, so let's start following the steps. Now watch the phone carefully. As I move from step to step, the phone stays in sync too. And if you're wondering whether or not it's safe to wear your watch while cooking, it's great to know that all the devices we're talking about today are water resistant. And with All the Cooks, whenever a recipe calls for a timer, like this 4 hours in the oven, I can do that right away on my wrist. So no more burnt dinner. We saw some great examples of voice actions earlier today. And we believe voice actions will be most useful when they can invoke the best service in any app. We're just getting started with this, but we're making voice available for some key actions on the wearable today, and we'll be adding more over the coming months. Lyft is a transportation service and ride-sharing app that allows you to request a car to pick you up at your exact location. Lyft have implemented our Call a Car intent, so it's really easy to just walk outside and say,
Okay, Google, call me a car.
You'll see that Lyft is able to determine Jeff's exact location from his phone and presents this confirmation screen so he can verify his address. The app has also made great use of notifications in the stream. You can see when your car has arrived, keep up to date throughout the journey, and even rate your driver right from your wrist when you're at your destination. Thanks to all our developers. Now, we showed a preview of a couple of watches we were working on with our partners back in March. The LG G Watch will be available to order later today on the Play Store. In addition, you might have caught a glimpse of a new device during the demos. We're very happy that Samsung is joining the Android Wear family with the Samsung Gear Live. And the Samsung Gear Live is also available to order later today. The Moto 360 is the first watch to adopt the round Android Wear UI, and it will be available for sale later this summer. Those are just the first 3 watches. There are many more on the way, and we're thrilled to enable developers across the world to build apps for what we believe will be a revolutionary new form factor. And now I'd like to invite Patrick Brady on stage to tell you about how we're bringing Android to the car.